more than I would like to put this gun up to your face. I told myself I was finished, and I'll blow it in a minute. But first I got something priceless to say. The memories, all the shit that you did to me, nothing else will follow. Fuck the sterling, I'll take the gold. I've been here so many times before. When you see me in town, I suggest you run. Fuck it over with you. Damn, I see you with her. There's nothing more than I would like to put this gun up to your face. I told myself I was finished, and I'm pulling in a minute. But first I got something priceless to say. I hate my fucking friends. You fade away as I walk my way. You're just a bitch, so rotten. The thought of you just gets me dazed. I hope you go forgotten. You fucking go.
And welcome to the Contemporary Comrades Podcast. It's your boy Heavy J. You know who it is. It's your boy Corn. You know who it is. We have a special fucking guest though. I need a fucking little air. I forgot that. Anyways, we got the motherfucking Warthog Institute in the building. Say what's up to the people, man.
Buckle up, bitches.
Oh shit. Oh shit. That's the way to make a statement. And I appreciate you doing that too. By the
Statement ain't done yet.
Oh shit.
Saugatuck Brewing for anybody who's interested.
Okay. Drinking some.
Cheers, motherfuckers!
Here's the Warthog. If anybody, before we get started, if anybody's interested in going to his channel and his Instagram, the links are down below. If you have anything else you want to shout out, feel free. We'll have you do it again before the show's over. But yeah, anything you want to say before we get started about yourself, man?
Nah, I'm good. Let's
get the fucking party started, right?
I think I bored people enough when I was with Corn on half-ass. They're probably sick of me.
I thought that was entertaining. And if y'all haven't checked that fucking video out, go to Half-Ass Pod. Check out the video between Warthog and Corn, man.
We too stand with Gina Carano.
Gina Carano, yeah, man. Go check that shit out.
Yeah.
But
although, I mean, as long as we're live, I'll take a minute to shout this shit right here out. God damn it, I always do that wrong. That Cara Dune print came from that Star Wars girl Anna, $10 on her Etsy store, and it is absolutely fucking gorgeous.
Shout out to her in her Etsy store.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's
well,
awesome piece of work.
Hell yeah, and it looks good from here too.
Yeah,
but
I got to beautify the studio because my ugly ass.
Yeah, I mean, shit, at least y'all got stuff on the walls, man. I got like car seats sitting back here, so
should have had her swallow.
Okay. I got an all right mic, but the fucking the car seats in the back. I
don't know if you can see mine. Mine are taped up, so it's mine's pretty ghetto.
Okay, it's something on the
but
wall.
At least it's there.
Right, it's the core. There's literally nothing on there. Yeah, I got to change that, which it'll happen.
It's a slow progress.
Yeah, definitely.
Hell, if they weren't selling for damn near $1,000 in some places, I'd actually put a shelf up here as I've got one of the Black Series Cara Dune action figures. And when those prices skyrocket, it's like, this bitch isn't even going to get taken out of this box. It is still in the original shipping container.
Sick.
It's like that will be under lock and key with armed guards. It's going nowhere.
Would you ever plan on selling it when it reaches its peak of value, or would you just keep it?
I'm gonna keep it.
Keep it, yeah, nice.
No. It's just to be blunt, as big a fan as I is of Gina, she doesn't even know I exist, and between that print over there and her action figure, that's as close as I'm ever gonna fucking get. So that shit's mine. I'll get buried with that bitch.
Fair enough. Man.
Taking you with me, sweetie. Love you.
Oh shit! So tonight, man, we have this evening, where the fuck you would call it, we have a few things to go over. First off, Japanese billionaires wanting to take you on free moon trips. We're going to talk about people exchanging freedom for security, which we talk about a lot on here. We're going to talk about some fucking COVID related issues in women, and more. So, shit, without further fucking ado, man. Japanese billionaire wants to take you on a free trip to the moon.
Can we send Congress?
But the thing is, it's only 8 people, and there's more than 8 people in Congress. So if we send Congress, maybe all this money Elon Musk is getting for shilling Bitcoin, maybe
baby
that much
steps.
you can take
baby steps. Send them 8 at a time. Start with Pelosi and Schumer. It's a one-way trip, right?
Yeah, probably.
Japanese. Oh, that's fucking fascinating. It's a Japanese billionaire that wants you to do this, but the photograph of the rocket is a Russian Soyuz.
I'm glad that you picked up on that, by the way. So a Japanese e-commerce billionaire, Yusaku Maezawa, has booked a private flight to the moon and bought all the seats. And he's willing to bring 8 companions for a free ride on Tesla's SpaceX rocket in 2023.
Well, how did I know Elon Musk wasn't going to come into this?
He was going to pay for the entire journey, and you can apply now. So, Elon Musk is planning a 6-day journey aboard SpaceX. He's planning to fly 10 to 12 people, and this billionaire bought 8 extra seats. So he basically is going to be him, somebody else, and then whoever the fuck gets drawn in this, I guess, this raffle to be the first, I guess, to go to space.
Raffle my ass! It's gonna be 8 fucking half naked fucking teenage chicks, and some tentacle porn.
It will carry non-astronauts beyond Earth orbit, and it will return to Earth after flying to the moon and loop behind it, supposedly. So it's just going to, I guess, loop around the moon and back. So I guess you don't even
come back
on the moon and start walking and shit, which I guess makes sense. But
well, fuck, Apollo 8 did that.
So we just think of the concept of a commercial moon flight, like that. That to me says a lot of things. Either do you think so? Have you heard any of the conspiracy theories about the moon being like faked and staged and all that shit?
Oh, of course.
So what are your thoughts on that?
I think those people need to go take a nap.
Okay. Do you think that this debunks that theory right there? Just the fact that we're having and staging commercial space flights.
Oh, no.
Staged, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think there's always going to be people that are going to say that the Apollo shots were faked. And I don't think that a commercial venture is going to change that. It's like, well, yeah, sure, they can do it now because we have better technology, but back then, you know. Right.
Okay. Corn, what about you? What do you think about the? Do you think the moon landing and shit was staged?
Oof. It's not something that I've actually dove into, but I do not rule out the possibility of it being fake, if that makes sense. So I haven't really. There's reasons why it could be, and there's reasons why it couldn't be. It'd be something for me, interesting, something for me to like look into. Honestly, like I'm not gonna say.
But I put this in with the same thing as all those 9/11 conspiracies. Look, you're talking about the government faked this shit. Okay, take a look at how our government operates. One of them motherfuckers can keep his mouth shut for more than 5 seconds. If they'd tried to fake that, it would be everywhere because nobody knows how to shut up.
Now, I do have quite a bit of evidence supporting that. I guess all that not the conspiracy theories, I guess you could say, but like actual evidence. I mean, have you heard of architects for 9/11, where a bunch of actual architects got together and said that it was physically impossible for the buildings to have gone down the way they did, like that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just asking. Like, I was just curious if you had.
That's because you're an architect and you couldn't weld if your life depended on it. Yeah, I've done
architects. Well, they had like all industrial, like it was an industry pushed narrative, actually, like an industry pushed, research program.
Yeah, these are people that know probably very little about the concept of firefighting in the presence of something like jet fuel.
Okay, yeah.
You put enough heat on something for long enough, it's going to weaken, it's going to bend, it's going to give. I'm not buying the conspiracy shit. I'm really not. Yeah, and you got to remember there's massive structural damage that got done when a several 100-ton aircraft smashed into the side of the building.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just not buying it.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's fine. I just was curious. So yeah, back to the Earth shit. Yeah, basically, they're flying 8 people to the moon and around the moon and back. I guess it's not even like a landing or anything. So.
What did that say? Trip must be safe. The fuck, you're gonna shoot somebody up on a big ass rocket toward the moon? How the fuck are you gonna guarantee safety?
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably said that about Challenger too.
And I don't know if you remember, but both of their 2 attempts have fucking ended in explosions.
So what they're basically saying is they don't know what the fuck they're doing, but hey, we're gonna send people to the moon. And what they're also saying is that they're not gonna land on the moon, right?
No.
So it's just gonna take one big loop around the moon and back. Right?
Yeah, that's what they're doing. That's what they're going around the back of the moon, the dark side of the moon, maybe, and coming back.
What exactly is the point of this?
Just to say they did it.
Yeah, to be the first commercial flight to the moon, I guess. Yeah, I'm just to say you left the atmosphere, been to space. This would be the first group of non-astronauts to go into space.
Well, somebody's.
Elon Musk is also trying to colonize Mars and other planets too. He's openly said this. So
it's funny how this comes up too, and yet, who just came out about 3 months ago and said that alien forms are among us? Who said that?
The Israeli
fuck,
like a former Israeli military general or something like that, like a very high ranking general. I can't remember exactly what his rank was, but he was like a former Israeli intelligence general or something like that, or intelligence agent.
Look, man, I'm not saying aliens are real, but if they are, bro, we are about to find out sooner than later, man.
Have you seen a close-up photograph of Nancy Pelosi?
No, she's more of the ghoul type, not the alien type.
Depends on the planet.
Shout out to John from America. He says, I think if you can't see what a controlled demolition looks like, then I can't tell you what one looks like. He has to talk about the 9/11.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've seen the videos.
Interesting. Shout out to John from America for the comment. Thanks for showing up as always, bro. Yeah, so I don't really know if I don't really think I'm so I guess I didn't even ask. Corn, are you going to take this trip? If you win
fuck no. Dude, it said no, I'm not taking that shit. It literally said it like they don't even know whether this is going to be 100% safe. Like
fuck,
you're telling us that you're literally you are the government, and you're telling us that you aren't capable of doing multiple trips around the moon, but yet you're saying, but you can still do it. You guys can still be a part of it. Like, no, it's not safe. It's not.
Yeah, but this isn't even the government. I mean, I guess from what they're saying, it's not the government. It's technically just Tesla.
Elon Musk is just like the rest of them. He works with the government, just like the rest of them.
Yeah, same difference. And the fact that they haven't even had a successful landing yet. They've all exploded on landing. All of this
Not all of them.
Oh, not all of them?
Not all of them, no.
Okay,
His two Starship test vehicles didn't make it, but the previous model was actually quite successful.
Oh, okay. Well, shit.
Now, if we're talking about the, those underground tunnel tubes that they were talking about like a while ago,
yeah,
to go from like LA to New York, I might test one of those, maybe. I mean, would you do at least do one of those?
I would consider that over flying to the moon. Yeah, for sure. Like it'd be essentially like a high speed underground train. Like I can get down with that more so than.
What about you, Warthog?
I don't know. I think the scenery would kind of suck.
Definitely.
Get real repetitive after a while.
Definitely. Yeah, the scenery going to the moon.
Underground or fucking Iowa?
Wow. Shots fired at Iowa.
Yeah. I've heard from many people that is a brown state. Yeah. But yeah, underground tunnel, I'd probably be more okay with going. Well, I guess with being one of the first few people to try. I guess you could say, but I don't really. No. I'm not really the first one to try much as far as essentially publicity stunt type shit like this is like try. Oh yeah, I want to be the first to send commercial flights to around the moon. As baby steps to essentially colonizing other planets. Like I don't know, man. I'm not necessarily too on that. I'm not on that train, if you will. I'm not on the colonization of other planets train and this whole dream that Elon has of humans being on multiple planets and going back and forth between planets and all this other shit. Like, what do you guys think of that stuff?
Well, you remember how I don't know if you guys remember the sci-fi series they had for a minute, Space Above and Beyond.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I've actually heard of
that. That's how that whole war started, because we went to colonize one of their planets.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we might wind up fucking around with shit. Maybe we shouldn't.
That's really why I'm not down with it, to be honest with you. Yeah. It makes a lot of fucking sense. What about you, Corn?
But then again.
Oh, go ahead, Warhawk.
No, it's then again, what's the difference? I mean, you get anal probed by your own government, or you get anal probed by the aliens. I have to look at your tax structure first, and we'll make a decision.
That's going to be a pass for me on colonizing other planets, because the fact that it's been proven on our very own planet that we create these rules and these morals, just like we talked about, in pre-recording, we create these rules and these morals of what we should live by and all this other bullshit, right? But then who's to say 200 years later, if even then, or hell, maybe straight from the jump, you go to a different planet, who's to say that you're not going to create these quote unquote morals and rules and laws that we're supposed to live by and, live and die by, and you just break them. And there's going to be another government or some kind of structure that will be named something different. Because I've seen, I consider myself a conspiracist a little bit, but like I dip into what I feel like I should when it comes to conspiracies, not just every little thing. But, when it comes to colonizing other planets, I feel like it's going to be, it's like, how easy is it to sell to us humans? Like Warthog, you weren't too far off when you said that like everyone are fucking idiots on this planet. Like this planet is full of fucking idiots. Like the fact that people can be brainwashed so fucking easily with just the change of a name. That's the way I see it. Is you want to? How easy would it for them to be? I mean, how easy? Yeah, for them being like Elon Musk, them to be for them to colonize another fucking planet, because you colonize another fucking planet and you just you don't have to call it government. You could call it fucking John from fucking America for all you fucking can. You know what I mean? Like that's what's going to happen is you're going to colonize another planet and then call it something else. And then you're just going to do the same thing you did with planet Earth, which is create your laws, create your morals, create, whatever it is you want to create, and say like, here guys, it's brand new. It's the same thing we had on planet Earth, except instead of it being called government, it's going to be called deskers or something like that. And then boom, there you go. Your entire life is now owned by this specific structure. among humanity or aliens or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
I think,
and that's what it is. And you're just gonna create another planet to create more slaves, pretty much, because that's what we all are. At the end of the day, it's what we're doing now. I'm not sitting here complaining about our everyday lives or whatever, but if you look at the structure of humanity, everyone is a slave to an extent.
I think that's a lot.
Now, maybe not mentally, but physically and financially and stuff like that.
Because people aren't being taught critical thinking in school anymore.
Yes.
And if they were, I think a lot of that would change. Well, if they were actually taught history and actually taught what the Constitution really says, it's like, no, that government's supposed to be serving us, not the other way around.
Right. Yeah.
But the older I get, the more I think to myself, like, we got to be foolish to even think that they were supposed to serve us in the first place. Because looking back at fucking history, we like all this time, like from I'd probably say maybe from like 1920-ish to like 25, 26. I thought to myself, the government's supposed to be serving us. Like the government's supposed to I had to go through the army for 4 years to realize, oh shit, the government does not have our best interests at all. Like at all. They actually went the complete opposite for us. And that's what made me, go on this whole path of like trying to expose the plot holes and what the government does into humanity. And it turns out it's not rocket science. You know what I mean? Like the stuff that we're doing, the stuff that we're talking about, it's not fucking rocket science, but it kind of is, because the majority of people are always looking at like, what does so-and-so say? What does this mean? Blah, 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 whatever. And it's just like, they just jump to conclusions. Everything's about this or everything's about that.
And that conclusion took a little bit longer for me to come to, just because I took a look at the bullshit that's going on like in Afghanistan. And everybody's saying, well, these people are fighting for our freedom. In what way? What threat is Afghanistan to the United States way of life? Please. Yeah. They couldn't even get fucking close. How are we fighting to protect our freedom?
Facts.
It's just furthering the empire. That's basically protecting poppy fields, and we're wondering why we have an opioid epidemic in this country.
Oh, welcome to the rebellion.
Right? Man, yeah, I fully agree. I think a true civics lesson would do a lot of people a lot of good. Now, whether or not they'll get off their ass and do something about it, who knows? And at this point, it's far too fucking late anyway, in my opinion. Well, I can't say that. I can't say it, there's always a bit of hope, right? There's always choice. Everybody's got a choice, no matter what.
As long as they're allowed to have the choice, that's
that
comes into what's
choice. No matter what, you can unless you lose function of your brain and your body, like, you have a choice.
Well, they don't lose it; they surrender it.
Yes,
true.
Because we're being forced to surrender it now on Twitter. We're being forced to surrender it now on YouTube. We're being forced to surrender it now on Instagram. We're being forced to surrender it now on Facebook.
Yeah.
I just deleted the comment off my Instagram that somebody decided to go after Gina for that comment she made, and it's like, dude, I'm not going to engage with somebody who cannot read and cannot comprehend the English language, because the bulk of what she posted was historical fact. You can't debate that. The only thing that might have been original, and remember, this was a repost, was the last sentence. How is that any different than hating someone for their political beliefs? A perfectly valid question. It's not it's not anti-Semitic. It's not racist. It's not, elevating the Nazi party or anything like that. It's a legit question. And it's a perfect mirror as to what's happening now.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely a what do you call it? I guess a symptom of the greater problem, which is people want to go to fucking other planets.
Yeah.
What I mean?
I say let's wait another 25 years. We're not done fucking this one up yet.
Exactly. And it's a perfect analogy too, because what's popular now? Running away from your problems and blaming shit on everybody else.
Yeah.
So why not we fucked Earth up? Let's go get another one. You know what I'm saying? It's just the perfect.
I think if we could do it more as an exploration thing, maybe along the lines of Gene Roddenberry's original Star Trek, where there was a prime directive that we don't interfere in other cultures.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
You know, I think if we did it that way, okay, maybe I'd be a little more down with it. But if we're going to take the same kind of bullshit attitudes that we got today and take that to other planets, what's the point?
I agree.
Yep.
I 100% agree with that. We'll just be fucking shit up with different scenery.
Yeah, we're just going to piss off. We're just going to piss off whatever life form's already there.
Exactly.
I mean, to me, it's a trust thing. To me, is that we were taught growing up, you got to trust the government for this, you got to trust the government for that, and obviously, we learned on our own. Hey, nah, you ain't got to trust the government for shit. As a matter of fact, don't trust the government to give you shit. At least I learned that personally, in my own personal experience. But we're taught all of this, and now we all know. Look, you don't trust the government. So now, when you're telling us, hey, trust us when we're going to fly you around the moon, trust us when we're going to put new life on a different planet, or put us on a different planet, the answer is going to be no. The answer is going to be no.
Trust us when we come out with this vaccine that's the fastest produced vaccine in human history.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that by the way, yeah, don't even get me started. Don't even get me fucking started.
Just saying.
Oh, man. Warthog, if you get a chance, I don't know if you've seen, I did a video about the technology behind this vaccine. Definitely check that out, because that if you take that and look into that shit a little bit deeper, you'll see you'll come across some shit, man. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But
send me a link.
Oh, got you.
Oh, definitely check that out.
Yeah, well, I got you.
I can't really get any more angry than I already am.
Right. And shit. Speaking of the vaccine, or the jab, the stick, whatever you want to call it.
There's a perfect segue.
It is. An ethics professor says Americans will take the vaccine in exchange for return of freedoms. So CNN, everyone's favorite quote unquote news network, provided a platform for NYU medical ethics professor. They put ethics in quotes, which I love that. Arthur Kaplan on this past Sunday, who argued that Americans skeptical of taking the jab will soon come around and accept it if their freedoms otherwise remain restricted. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Corn, how many months have we been saying this shit? 6, 8,
a long time, dude.
10?
A long fucking time, dude.
Since the shit started. For fuck's sake. And why the fuck aren't we on CNN? Not like I want to be on CNN, but you know what I mean? Like let me talk some shit. But let's watch this video. What this joker? I mean this ethics professor. I mean this person said.
Can you see your papers? I don't think I have them on me. In that case, we'll have to ask you to come along.
From Casablanca to today, a demand to produce personal documents can be uncomfortable. But post-pandemic, it's something we'll all likely have to get more and more comfortable with. We could be asked to show proof we've had the shots in order to get on an airplane, go to a concert, or go back to work. Joining me now is medical ethicist Arthur Kaplan, a professor at NYU. So explain why you think, basically, that this is the future and we should be comfortable with it.
Well, I'm sure that the future holds vaccine passports for us, partly to protect against the spread of COVID and it rebounding. There are many countries, as you were discussing earlier, that have low rates of COVID, Australia, India, Nigeria. Some countries improving fast, Great Britain, the US, other countries lagging and trying to do lockdowns. As vaccines become available, the best way to control the spread, best way to control new outbreaks and perhaps even new variants.
Any y'all ready to barf yet?
Or the best way to control the population.
Literally.
Is to demand proof of vaccination before entry. And it's not a new idea. We haven't.
You heard that, right? How many fucking times have we predicted that?
Wait, say that again. What did he say again?
Here, I'll play it back. It was Warthog. I'm
New outbreaks and perhaps even new variants is to demand proof of vaccination before entry. And it's not a new idea. We have it for yellow fever. There are about more than a dozen countries that say you can't come in if you haven't been vaccinated against yellow fever, and many others require you to show proof of vaccination if you transit through those countries.
What about the concerns that many people have?
So he's comparing something that's affected the entire world to something that affects a handful of countries.
Or a handful of people.
Or a handful of people. And that's his justification for saying, yeah, you're going to exchange your fucking freedom to get this fucking stick.
Yeah, in the 30s, they had a program where you had to show your papers to make sure you weren't Jewish.
Exactly. Yeah. And we took that education system model. And along with the many other wonderful traits. Yeah.
If you're not mad yet, you're not paying attention.
100%. And I don't want to fucking play anymore. I was gonna play a little bit more, but I don't even think I need to even play anymore. I think the point's already made. If you ask me, the point's already made. He basically says like the world won't wait for vaccine passports until all countries are ready, and they'll be put into place regardless. Is what he's saying. So vaccine passports, like we mentioned, and it's the biggest countries in the world helping. It's Oracle, it's IBM, it's they're working with governments to get these worldwide vaccine passport registries up and available through these apps and shit. Like
work with these nuts.
Oh,
it's crazy.
Yeah, man, it's wild. It's wild. And then you got shit like that on CNN. And I don't know what the reaction of the everyday plebe is about with the type of that shit. Like,
I don't know. I think you're hearing it right here. I would bet we're not in the minority.
Right. Yeah. I guess we are everyday plebes, right?
Just saying.
Oh man. Yeah, man. I mean, Corn, what are your initial thoughts on just the fact that he's saying people will give up their bodily freedom just so they can go do some shit. Because I know you were just talking about on Half-Ass the other day about theaters opening back up once people get vaccinated. So I'm curious what because it looked like you were. I know you had some more shit to say about that. So I want you to. I want you to go in. I know you had some more shit to say.
Somewhat. Like, I want to go back to movie theaters much than this guy, but at the same time, because I want to be able to sit down in a movie theater and not wear anything. If that makes obviously clothes and shit, but like I want to be able to sit down in a movie theater and be able to and and not have to wear a fucking mask. I don't want to wear a whole fucking hazmat suit. I know I make the joke of like I'll wear a hazmat suit just to go to movies. No, I won't. I will not literally wear a hazmat suit to go to movies. Just to make that clear, it's just a joke. But I want to be able to go to the movie theaters without wearing shit. But now that theaters are opening back up somewhat, right? Especially if they open up in LA, I mean, they might as well open up everywhere else because LA was one of the highest fucking COVID, places in the country. But I want to be able to go to movie theaters without wearing a fucking mask, without wearing, going through all these precautions. Which, like, if you're brainwashed and if I'm not even gonna say brainwashed, but if you believe in this whole COVID bullshit. Cool, but at the same time, I'm not. I get that we have to adhere to the quote unquote safety of others because of COVID and all this other shit. But you know, I'm gonna say the same thing I said months ago when all this stuff was happening. People were saying like, "Oh, I've been affected by this person who had COVID, or I've been affected by that person who had COVID." Like, you gotta, if you were affected by someone closely, and I hope I'm not offending anybody or anything like that, but if you have been affected with someone that quote unquote that died of COVID or has been in the hospital because of COVID, look into other diseases and other stuff. See if there was like some kind of medical a different medical background that they had or something to that prior, because there has been proof of people being admitted to hospitals that have had preconditions. What's the word for it? Preconditions.
Pre-existing conditions.
Yeah, pre-existing conditions.
Yeah,
and going to the hospital. Yeah, like I remember old dude went to just in my little old part of the city that I live in. Old dude went to the hospital for a stroke, and then turned out that they tried to say he died of COVID. It's like that doesn't make any sense.
Of that in New York State.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Like he was 3 days ago he had a stroke, and then 2 days, and then now 5 days later you're saying that at his funeral that he had fucking COVID, and it's like that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, because he had COVID doesn't mean that's what killed him.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like
hear you, that's a COVID number. To make sure you wear fucking triple mask.
If you had COVID and you died, they're gonna say, "Oh, he died because of COVID." Yep.
Well, that's like when I went to my surgeon and got my vasectomy, and he because one of the things, it's my mom, God rest her soul, she was one of those real negative worrywart types of people. And she's like, well, it's just been shown that could that having a vasectomy like that can increase your chances of colon cancer. So I asked the surgeon about it, and he says everybody over 50's got colon cancer. Whether or not it kills you is a whole different story.
Shit.
Damn. Holy shit. Well, I'm looking forward to 50 now.
Let me tell you a secret about that. As you start to get close to 50, they tell you that you're going over the hill. Well, boys, it's not a hill; it's a cliff, and there's no warning signs. There's no guardrails. 1 minute you're ripping down the road of life, and the next minute you're the fucking coyote. So, you got that to look forward to.
Awesome, great.
It was within the blink of an eye. I had to stop playing hockey because my back just couldn't take it anymore.
Holy shit!
It was like that, and you're done.
Man.
Damn, dude.
I used to be able to walk 18 holes of golf in just under 2 hours. Now I got to ride.
Shit.
It goes fast.
That cliff, man.
So I tell people, it's like, number one, don't carry any extra weight into your 30s, because if you do, you're screwed. But I think the COVID's going to be the same kind of thing. It's already out there in the wild. Of course, the virus is going to mutate. That's what viruses do. Mm-hmm. You're going to get it or you're not going to get it. It's going to kill you or it's not. So what? You can get killed walking across the fucking street. I don't see them putting masks on fucking cars.
Hey, what was that analogy I used last time? It was what was it? Yeah. So, all right. So I asked Jaron this last time. And this kind of sums up the whole mask, especially the double masking thing. Okay. Now, not to get too sexual, but
oh shit,
we all wear underwear, right? And we all put on jeans after we put on our underwear, right? Or pants or whatever. So if I were to put on 2 pairs of underwear, Warthog, and I fart, a nasty ass fart, would you still be able to smell it if you were sitting right beside me? Or sitting 6 feet from me, to be exact?
Just saying. That's exactly like the YouTuber, and I've forgotten which one did it, but he said if we're standing in an elevator and I fart, and we're both wearing masks and you can smell it, exactly. Congratulations, you got COVID.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
Thank you. Thank you. So why the fuck are we walking around with fucking masks?
Because everybody's idolating Fauci, who changes his mind every week. Oh, you got to wear the mask. Oh, wait, the masks don't work. No, wait, now you got to wear 2 masks. Well, maybe we'll have to triple mask. Shut the fuck up.
And to that, I say,
Cheers.
That one's for you, Warthog. Oh man, and fucking Fauci, man. I don't know. Did I post a meme? I thought I posted this meme on the comrades. If I didn't, it was a meme of those what do you call them? Like the arcade style jukebox, and you get like the little genie.
Oh yeah.
In more money you add, you get different outcomes. There was a meme of that with Fauci's face on it. It was like he says different things depending on who, how much money gets put into him. Some shit.
Well, that was one of the reposts that got Gina in so much trouble. She said now they want you to wear 2 masks, one for your face and one for your eyes, so you can't see what's going on.
Yeah, straight up. And
that's been the story all along.
Yeah,
and damn, what do you know? She was right.
Well, that's why they canceled her, because she was right. That's the thing. You can't the truth.
Oh yeah.
If you start speaking the truth,
that is that's like my second favorite thing that she said. Don't try to destroy my life with a lie when yours can be destroyed by the truth.
Damn.
Yep.
Damn.
She said that in her Ben Shapiro interview.
Yeah, shout.
And that can be used in more than one way too, especially nowadays with all this bullshit going on. Is that you can't try and destroy someone's life because of your own insecurities or because of these lies that you want to make up that to make you feel okay with certain shit that is not okay when it comes to humans. And then
used to be that we could have debate and discussion, and it was that kind of thing was how this country was even founded. Was debate and discussion and coming to a compromise, and now they just won't allow that.
Yeah, censorship on all levels, levels of something. Look at the platform we're on right now. These motherfuckers, they do it. They censorship. It's all about the mass censorship. What's his name? Fuckersberg from Facebook does the same stupid stuff too.
Huh.
Where I mean, we just talked about how a year or so ago he was talking about how these vaccines, the rollout for the vaccines, didn't seem like it's going to be reliable or dependable. Then now a year later, he's saying that anybody that comes out against the vaccines is going to be banned from Facebook. He's going to strike them down with the thunder of the Facebook gods are going to come down and you will be banned. And if you do it again, you will be completely deleted from Facebook forever.
Yeah. That will ban you harder.
Social media that was found on freedom of speech, quote unquote, now less than 20 years into social media is now mass censorship. It's now if you don't agree to what we deem as being respectful and what we deem as to being quote unquote factual, right? Because that's what we're saying. Misinformation you will be banned for, right? All this bullshit going on. They're walking around saying they're going to ban you and delete you because whatever happened to the freedom of speech?
That took them 200 plus years to kill that. Now they're gunning for the rest of the Constitution.
Took them less than 20 years to kill it.
I bet they've been working on it longer than that.
Oh yeah.
They've been censoring people longer than that. For sure.
That's why way back when, probably before you guys were born, they had all the debates about pornography and all that. And I'm like, if you take a look around the world, there's countries that the people in charge of those countries would consider the Christian Bible pornography. So who is it exactly that's defining what it is?
Right.
And there's my issue. It's like who made it up to you to decide that?
I bet it was a crazy time too when that whole porn thing was going on, because I've always wondered like what life really was like. What was media like when that whole porn surge was going on and people were like rebelling against porn and saying that porn was like the devil and all this other stuff. Like what was the media like back then?
It probably wasn't too much different when they did all that stuff against rock and roll.
Okay.
True.
This is the same kind of thing. Right up until D. Snyder stuck it in their asses for them.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, he's not a dumb racker. He's got a brain and he uses it.
A lot of them did and
Yeah.
still do.
Still do. Still fucking do. Damn.
And good on them. We need
Yeah.
more of them.
Oh yeah.
Which is what I said to keep going back to that theme that I keep getting stuck on. I think that's the biggest mistake that Hollywood made. People like Gina Carano and Marshall Teague and Kevin Sorbo and Dean Cain. You shouldn't make them pariahs. You ought to make them role models. Because they're open-minded enough to sit down and have the conversation. And that's all Gina was trying to do in the beginning, was start the conversation.
Right. That's
Start the conversation against censorship. Most
against
definitely.
anything.
And against, yeah.
It goes so much further than
but-
just censorship.
But the more they kept pushing her with the whole censorship stuff, that's what I'm saying is in terms of that is what she should have, like, she did everything right.
Wow.
She did every single thing right in that whole process because she knew what she was doing. She knew that, hey, they're listening. I've got everyone's eyes every time I post something now. They're going to see what I need to say about how I'm going to express my freedom of speech.
So here's the beauty of it.
Gina Carano, she's backed. She's one of the ones that came out of this good. She came out of the good side of it because she was able to get a job after this. She was able to get, at least the people that she needed to back her backed her. But there's a lot of people out there in Hollywood that lost their jobs and aren't going to be able to get that shit back. Aren't going to be able to fulfill their dreams because of this PC bullshit.
Don't bet on it, because when they canceled Kevin Sorbo, he started his own fucking film company.
There you go.
And he makes good stuff. It's a real heavy Christian message, but it's good entertainment. And if you think about the average American, that's what they want. They want good entertainment.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I feel like people like Kevin Sorbo should be going out here and finding these people that were rejected from Hollywood because of their own personal views and say, hey, it doesn't matter. No matter what your view is, doesn't matter here. You could be on the left, you could be on the right. It does not fucking matter. Come here and you will still be able to go on your own social media and express your freedom of speech. Yeah. And there's no penalty for that. Now there's a penalty for using your freedom of speech. Right now, it's you lose your job. Who's to say 5 years later you don't pay a fine on social media because our social media platforms will be linked to our bank accounts eventually. That's going to happen. So who's to say you're not going to pay a fine every single time you say something that's not deemed appropriate for Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. Because right now we're not paying for it, but eventually you're probably gonna have to pay to post at some point to even post stuff at some point. So it's a whole fucking game that they're playing with us.
Did you see Twitter's doing their subscription based tweets and shit now? You can you can subscribe to get like premium tweets and shit like that. Like,
fuck Twitter.
One more step closer, man. Just one more baby fucking step closer.
Yep.
Now you're paying for it's like a mix of like YouTube's platform plus Patreon's platform plus like they're just trying to copycat, and like it seems like to me they're just trying to copycat and make some hodgepodge of every other platform that's doing better than them's fucking paywall method.
And then they wonder why the alternative media sources are starting to explode.
Right.
Yep. I mean, what happens at the high levels of these companies is that they go around, especially the ones, I wouldn't necessarily say the ones that are failing, but the ones that they've already had, their cool thing for the year last year, and then the next year comes, they don't have a fucking plan, but then they see Instagram has stories. What happened when Instagram introduced stories? Facebook got it 2 years later. And now
Facebook
Twitter,
fucking bought Instagram.
Well, yeah, but now Twitter has these things called fleets that are just the same thing as an Instagram story. Like it's just all this weird shit. Like you said, like it's just a full circle of fuckery. Like that's all it really is.
Yeah.
And then it gets to the point where the newest Star Wars character on the High Republic is a fucking rock.
Yeah.
Go, Kathy, go. Yeah.
That's as creative.
It's a navigator. Yeah. It's a fucking rock.
Right on.
Matter of fact, I haven't watched it yet. I've been meaning to, but Drunk 3PO did an interview with The Rock. I gotta go see that. That's gotta be hilarious.
Oh gosh.
Oh, geez.
Oh gosh.
Oh, jeez.
That's what happened to our creativity.
Don't even get me started on creativity. Don't even get me started.
Or the lack thereof.
Yeah, or the lack thereof. Yes.
You know what's a sign of the lack of creativity? A fucking totalitarian government. You know what I mean?
We should have known we were fucked when they decided to remake The Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Or make a Bad Boys 3.
Yeah.
Well, that's just taking a good thing and pressing it way too far.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
That's greed. That's greed, not lack of creativity. That's more of a greed thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's both. Because you can be greedy and still make a decent product, but
True.
they chose and not
Yeah.
because just pure greed.
Yeah, true.
Man, any final words on COVID passports and COVID? So, well, wait, before we even go any further, Warthog, what are your thoughts? I mean, I think we've got an idea now, but what are your thoughts on just like the vaccine in general? Like, is it something that you're comfortable with, or something that you like? I'm not gonna ask. Want to get it or not?
I kind of want to wait. I kind of want to wait as long as I can because the thing got pushed through so fast. I kind of want to wait and see if there's maybe some unintended consequences in this thing.
Yeah, which is I think the rational thing to do, if anything.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, normally the development of a drug or a vaccine takes a good long time because they want to do the clinical trials. They want to look for side effects and stuff. They push this vaccine through so quickly, and good on them for doing it. But yeah, I think I want to wait just a little bit. I want to see if there's going to be some bad stuff that's going to happen because of it.
We'll see. But cool. Just curious for the listeners there, so we could, because we're a little more radical on this podcast about our vaccine thoughts. To the point where we're both like, I don't give a shit. I'm not getting it. We've said that a few times. I
think that the guy that had the best take on it that I've seen so far has actually been Ben Shapiro. If you're gonna tell me that I have to get this vaccine, but then I still have to social distance, I still have to wear the mask, I can't go visit grandma in the nursing home, what's the point of getting the fucking vaccine?
Facts.
And Warthog, I tell you, man, that just segued us into our next fucking topic, which is the CDC saying fully vaccinated people can stop wearing masks and distancing in private.
In private.
Like,
if I got the vaccine, I'm supposed to be fucking immune. Why in private? What the fuck's the difference? It's like Governor Whitlis here in fucking Michigan. Oh, bars can be open till 11 o'clock. Why? Because COVID doesn't spread till after 11 p.m.? Shut the fuck up.
You didn't know? Dude?
Shocker.
COVID sleeps, bro.
God, why didn't we know that last year? The bars wouldn't have had to fucking close.
Exactly.
Then
COVID doesn't come out until tonight, bro.
And then, unfortunately, I'd still be losing 4 hours a week in fucking pay because I had to work that fucking nightclub.
Bullshit, I tell you. But
hard on the paycheck, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
4 hours is 4 hours. Fuck it.
Fucking right.
And besides, I could have been in a place that was a lot quieter. I can't wait. Next month, the Grand Isle Marina opens back up. Woohoo! Send me out to boats and bikinis. Fucking A. I'm down. I am ready.
Boats and hoes?
Boats and bikinis. I am ready to go.
Oh, man. So, the CDC has just released new guidelines proclaiming that fully jabbed people can spend time together indoors without masks or social distancing. In other words, guess fucking what? They were doing that shit anyway.
Yeah.
Unless you were really drinking the Kool-Aid, like really, like that's all you like. You drink it, you bathe in it, you fucking.
Well, I'm drinking, but it ain't fucking Kool-Aid.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, so yeah, they say that if you're fully vaccinated now, you can spend time together privately indoors, right? So again, this is ridiculous.
What fucking website is that?
This is Zero Hedge.
I gotta go look how central banks create money out of nothing. That's a nice fucking trick. I'd like to know how to do that. I got lots of nothing.
Oh yeah,
there's my fucking white privilege. I got a lot of nothing. Let me figure out how to create some money out of that.
I'll tell you, it requires a lot of human energy. I'll tell you.
Oh, damn it! They're supposed to be able to create it out of nothing, though. Fuck, that's my house in Arizona. Fuck.
Oh man.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Apparently, this is huge news for grandparents who have refrained from seeing their children and grandchildren. Now, again, do any of you
didn't refrain? They were prevented.
No, do any of you all have any grandparents that you've not been able to see because of this, or do you know anybody?
No, I can still visit them because they're already dead.
Fair enough. Same here.
I know. Like you're asking, like if anybody's able to see.
Do you know of anybody who's been like, oh yeah, I can't see my grandparents because COVID?
Yeah. I've known some people that have said like, oh, I'm not going to see my parents because they're elderly, or I'm not going to see my uncle or aunt because they're elderly. I've known people to say that.
Yeah, I know a few too. Just curious.
Me personally, no. Like again, not to say like I don't care about the safety, but again, like I'm not the person to talk to when it comes to COVID because I just don't buy into it too much. Like, yes, it's a thing, yes, but is it this super deadly fucking disease that if you're 6 feet apart from someone, you're wearing a fucking mask, and you want to blame something on COVID? It just doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense to me. But yes, I do know people that have said like, hey, I've had people that I know they've had family members die and they wouldn't go to the funeral only because they'd have to quarantine for 2 weeks. I do know that. I've seen people say that as well. Just because of the whole quarantine, 2 weeks, especially for people that live in Canada or that are from Canada. I know that like you have to like do your 2 weeks of quarantine like in like a government like facility if you try and go to Canada, which is fucking I'm guessing it's the same way. I mean, it's the same way here too, I guess, in America. I mean, if you're coming from another country, do you have to quarantine for 2 weeks in a government facility here as well, or is that just Canada?
Not on the southern border.
No, okay.
No.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. I had to think for a second. I was like, oh, okay. All right.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
But yeah,
I know. I remember there's somebody that I follow. She teaches online freestyle staff spinning, and she's a stunt woman and an actress. She's actually stunt doubled Gina twice. Michelle C. Smith. She lives in Vancouver, and she had to pass on jobs from Toronto because she would have had to go there, quarantine for 2 weeks, and then I also heard Katie Sackhoff mentioned it. Because they're shooting Another Life, which is she is an executive producer and lead actress, and they shoot that in Vancouver, and she had to quarantine the whole. Everybody had to go up their hotels and quarantine for 2 weeks before they could start shooting.
Yeah, man.
I don't think it wasn't a government facility though. At least not at that time. It was like a self quarantine thing.
Yeah, I think it's still self-quarantine.
Yeah, and that may have changed. I don't know. I haven't because Michelle unfortunately migrated over to Twitch, and Twitch is harder for me to get to. So
fair. I see. Yeah, but I was gonna say I do know a few people who've also refrained from visiting, certain people, just because of COVID or whatever. But yeah, it's interesting how some people in some family, like I know it's like it's a family. It seems to be like a family culture type of thing a lot of times, because it's like if everybody in the family agrees that either they're going to, like, just whether it's spoken or unspoken, they're going to still see each other no matter what, or they agree like, yeah, we're not going to see certain members, or they're not going to see each other at all because of it, like maybe due to one's job or whatever. Like I think it really is dependent on the families that or
I guess where I want to come down on this at the end of the day, if it's left up to a matter of personal choice, okay, fine, do what you're going to do.
Right,
if they're going to mandate it,
right,
fuck you.
Right. Basically.
Fuck you. Because the government doesn't tell me what to do. I tell the government what to do.
That's how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be. That's the nasty gram I'm going to be sending to my congressman later.
Oh.
Because I sent him an email about one of the gun control bills, and he comes back and says, well, I supported that one because it doesn't do this. And I'm like, that's not what I told you, Mr. Representative. I told you not to support the motherfucker at all.
Right.
So now if you're going to come out and support that, then I'm going to actively work to see you kicked out of fucking office.
Yeah. Shout out to Warthog on that one.
Let me remind you, you work for me, bitch.
Oh man. Now basically, in summary, the new CDC report says the following new, I guess, mandates, quote unquote, are I guess this is what you're now allowed to do according to the CDC. You can visit with other fully jabbed people indoors without masks or distancing. Visit indoors with unjabbed people from a single household who are considered low risk for severe disease without needing to wear masks or practice social distancing. So on Tuesday at between the hours of 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. from a low risk person you can visit them without a mask and without this. Like, come on. Like, the fuck on.
Well, what was that shit they put out? It was right near the beginning, all this bullshit about if you're going to be intimate with your life partner, then you should wear a mask.
Yeah. They did say that shit. Yeah. They were
going to lick pussy with a fucking mask on.
Exactly, bro. They were colleges and universities were encouraging students to wear masks
and the students aren't listening, trust me.
And fuck no. Fuck no.
It's ridiculous.
That's what I do. I work security at fucking college housing. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, we saw what they did over there in not California, in Colorado last week. You guys see that? Where they shut down that entire like street and partied like all fucking night, and then the cops showed up.
Oh shit! No,
I wasn't just there. Look at all those fucking BLM riots. Because apparently, if you're a member of BLM, you can't catch COVID.
Or you forgot, or the people that supported BLM during those riots too. Yeah, they couldn't. Apparently, they couldn't catch COVID either.
Exactly.
But you
let Trump hold a rally, and that's a super spreader. Oh my god!
Yeah, or I get one even better. I want to go to a fucking basketball game. I want to go to an NBA game. 3 people caught COVID for going to fucking basketball games. Better shut that down too. Man, I want to go to a movie theater. I want to go see Godzilla versus Kong in the movie theaters without wearing a fucking mask.
I wish I could pop up the fucking meme I got.
Super spreader. That's what they keep saying. But we got thousands of black people and white supporters of BLM running around rioting and burning down buildings, but yet no one says anything about fucking COVID. Not one fucking word about COVID. It's about you talking about justice over COVID, really?
But it's gonna kill the rest of you.
Yeah, and it don't. Oh, wait, it gets better. Vaccinated no longer need to quarantine or seek a test following a confirmed exposure. unless you develop symptoms. However, they should continue to avoid large or medium-sized gatherings, though the CDC didn't offer specific numbers on the size.
Because they don't have any.
They don't have any. Individuals should continue to follow guidance from employers, whether vaccinated or not. So again, if you want to keep your fucking job, it doesn't even matter. Even those who've been vaccinated should still get tested if experience symptoms.
I'm so glad my boss doesn't give a shit.
This is this is ridiculous. And let's not forget, less than half of the country want to get this or take this, by the way. At least according to the numbers.
Whose numbers?
I think it's more, but I don't know.
Whose numbers?
Some fucking I can't remember.
I'm not gonna fucking buy. I'm not gonna buy any of that bullshit. You know they're gonna scrub those numbers.
Of course.
And then say that most people want them.
What was it the fucking wise man said? There's I think it was Mark Twain. It's like there's lies, damn lies, and statistics.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. There was a report we pulled up. It was a study of, I think it was, you remember, Corn, it was what, 4,000 or 5,000 people they studied, and it gauged like their interest in getting the vaccine and a few other things. I can't remember. I still have the study, but the outcome of the study. But
yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah, it was like.
I love the way the
people in the UK wanted were for like lockdowns and all this other shit.
Yeah, I love the way they do these fucking studies. They survey like 0.001% of the population, and then they say, "Well, the majority wants bullshit." You didn't talk to enough people to fucking satisfy a majority.
Yeah, no, this was an independent study done by what you call it? Fuck's sake, what's the word? Like an organization, essentially. It was a non-governmental study. It wasn't like to push anything or not push anything. They were like just purely. It was like, it was a small sample size study, but to gauge an idea of how many people actually want to get this shit versus how many people don't, or at least how many people think they do.
I think if they're going to do that, they need a larger sample.
Yeah, I agree.
I will say this though. I did as you guys know, I've been trying to get people on HAP to try and talk to them about the some of the vaccinations
on here too.
Because on here as well, like to try and get some people to, because I've been seeing people championing the vaccines, taking all these selfies. Oh, I got the vaccine. So I'll message them, hey, would you mind coming on, my podcast, and we kind of have not necessarily a debate, but have a conversation about these vaccines, because you're for the vaccines, I'm against them. I cannot tell you how many people I've contacted that either they blew me off, or they would say, yeah, I'll come on, and then they never show up. They never show up because they don't want to talk about the facts. They don't want to talk about what's really going on with these vaccines, how unsure even the scientists are of these very vaccines that they've compiled.
And I think that goes back to how fast they developed it.
Yeah.
That's all that is. It's how
and the
fast.
technology behind it. The messenger RNA giving your cell instructions on how to produce its next protein. But that goes away after a few hours. Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit.
Have you been working with this long enough to determine that?
They've been working with the technology.
I'm not saying I'm against the vaccine. I'm just saying I want to see how it affects people.
Hey, well, we'll find out.
Yes, we will.
We'll fucking find out. But I can tell you that I know they've at least been working with it since 2014. We did a cast. That was about the earliest I could find with the CRISPR, with the gene editing technology that's in this. It was about 2014.
I'm really
used longer than that, but
I'm really surprised that, as far as I know anyway, and I could be wrong. I admit that, but I'm really surprised USAMRIID hasn't been more involved, because they've been studying biological warfare since their inception. That's what they do.
Who?
USAMRIID. It's a military medical facility, and they deal with infectious diseases.
Okay.
Mostly it's biological warfare stuff.
Okay.
I mean, they've got shit in their labs, deep down in their labs, that if that got released into the air, even a droplet of it would probably kill half the population of the planet.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And they study it. They develop vaccines and stuff for the military. And I'm surprised they haven't been a little more involved in this. Or maybe they are, and nobody's talking about it.
Nobody's talking about it, yeah. Could be that too.
But the COVID variant's been around for so long, it's not even funny. Yeah. It's just this one got real wild.
Yeah. Yeah, this one, because again, COVID is common cold, COVID is flu. That's all a coronavirus variant.
And we all know how well the flu vaccine works.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I saw something the other day. There's this new and improved flu vaccine coming out this year.
I'm sure there is.
1.2% of people who got the flu this year. The flu fucking disappeared.
Yeah, and the 0.01% of the population that got COVID.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Even and that's not just in America. That is, from what I've seen, that's basically worldwide. It varies between like a 99.8 to like a 99.6% like survival rate amongst like most of the countries around the world.
Yeah.
And all the people who die from it are the same age groups with the same like underlying issues.
Yep.
I'm just like,
but let's let groups like CNN whip everybody into a fucking panic over it.
Oh yeah. The entirety of mainstream media, the entirety of society, the entirety of life we live.
Yep.
Which tells you this is for other reasons, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And that could even go into the whole thing about gun control. It's not about guns, it's about control.
Of course. Because look, you like we said in this cast before, you can't get rid of the world superpower without disarming the citizens. Like
Exactly.
that, you can't do that. So they've got in their eyes, they've got to get this gun control shit passed one way or the other, right? In order for them to further along whatever the fuck they're trying to do. You know what I mean? Which
that's going to be a hard one to pass, though. That's going to be a hard one to pass.
Oh, I don't know.
Because I've seen some people that got tricked into selling their guns and shit like that. But it's like, dude, anybody with any common fucking sense would know.
Yeah.
At that point, when they're trying to take your guns away from you, you know exactly what the fuck they're trying to do.
And
you know exactly what the fuck the government's trying to do. Like there's got to be some sense of awareness when it comes to turn in your guns or sell your gun. Like there's got to be some kind of awareness, because once that happens, that's when we truly know we're done. Once that happens, that's when we truly know, oh shit, we're Dunskies. Which I already think that anyways. I already think that humanity is fucked. But at the same time, there's got to be a little bit of hope, because once that whole gun shit happens, if it happens, you'll know that we are truly brainwashed. You'll know that we truly are walking around like we cannot think for ourselves at that point.
That's the thing that I keep coming back to, is you've got right around 70 million people, to make it simple. You got 70 million people owning 300 million plus guns with billions of rounds of ammunition. Kids, if we were the fucking problem, you'd know it.
Yeah. Yeah. But all the mass shootings and all the all the gun deaths and all the police brutality and all the right, that you got to get rid of guns.
You're not going to get brutalized by a cop if you don't pull a fucking gun on him. Just saying.
Hey, or reach for that knife. Hey, did y'all see that video I posted not too long ago where that lady was running around with that knife, and the cops had a distress call. Lady showed up with her kids, her young kids, and then pulled a knife out on the cops when they answered a distress call. And then they tried tasering her, and she still came after her, and that's when they shot her. And now people are saying, "Oh, she was this and she was that. She was so great." It's like, fam, you're not giving us anything to work with when you pull out a knife on someone is answering a call about a strange woman and her kids, a strange woman walking around with her toddlers. Like,
Exactly.
Well, that even goes into the whole Breonna Taylor thing with people trying to say, "Whoa, she was sleeping." No, she wasn't. She was standing in the hallway next to her boyfriend. He shot at the cops. They returned fire. Hello.
Everybody forgot about the dead body she had.
If you loved your woman so much, you wouldn't have had her standing in the hall with you.
Shit, if you ask me, from what I've seen, she was pretty much running that operation. She had all the drugs in the dead body in the trunk and shit.
You gotta have reasonable cause to get the fucking warrant to begin with.
They had her on security camera, but you can't say this shit because then you're, if you're us.
I forgot about the dead body in the trunk.
Yeah, bro. Everybody forgets about that.
Oh shit, we just got canceled.
Oh shit. So we would have got canceled 2 years ago.
Yeah, true. Shout out to Nunyon, by the way. Says, but people are scared to death. You're damn straight they are.
Yeah. But that's manufactured. That's being manufactured by mainstream media.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And it's only going to get worse too, because they're only going to tell us that you're not going to be able to have if you do not obey.
Exactly.
And that's the point we're already getting to with social media stuff. Like, again, to me, social media doesn't mean shit, but at the same time it does, because so many of us, a lot of people's incomes and a lot of career fields now depend on social media for stuff. And especially stuff like this, like what we all do, all three of us do, which is like, we create these channels, we have these podcasts and stuff, which is, kind of stems from social media. It's a form of social media in a way, right? We're now being told that you cannot have this kind of freedom. And it's getting to the point where we will not have this kind of freedom, to express our own opinions and to express our sides of these stories and current events and hell, even history. They're already wiping out history. They're already getting rid of people that think for themselves in Hollywood. They're already, controlling what schools are teaching now to kids. Like we were the lucky ones. We were somewhat, our generation somewhat. But, Warthog, you were definitely one of the lucky ones because you guys were taught, what you were supposed to be taught in school. Now people's parents are paying $60,000 a year, and probably more than that. In some places more than that. For gender studies and fucking to learn about your gender fluid and to walk around campuses and have these fucking safe spaces and bullshit. Like that's where all these people's hard money is going to. That's what student debt is going to. That's what you can't get this job unless you have this certificate or degree in stupid bullshit. For what? It's all a fucking game. It's all a game. They're controlling every single fucking aspect of our lives, and we're just letting them.
Yeah,
that's
congratulations. You got your bachelor's degree in lesbian dance studies, and now you're flopping whoppers at fucking Burger King. Good move.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Well, we want to pay them $15 an hour.
Oh, don't worry. They didn't do that. They weren't that dumb.
How the fuck is that working out for you now? They're putting up self-service kiosks. You can push it in and not even interact with another human.
Oh yeah, we can go into automation and how that's gonna just fucking eliminate even more jobs.
Yeah, keep pumping up that minimum wage, dumbass.
Just look warehouse jobs, restaurant jobs. It's all yeah.
Oh fuck! The number of restaurants up here in Michigan that have gone by the wayside is it's insane.
Really?
Because all the lockdowns and shit, they only get a few percentage points of profit from what they do, and this lockdown's killing them, literally killing them.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they're closing left, right, and center. Yeah, and I mean places that have been around for decades, and they're gone. Thanks, Governor Whitless. Fucking cunt.
Shit. Thanks to government. Period. With
right.
this
right.
They've done.
Well, we're talking about a governor here in Michigan that at one time had 21 different recall petitions running.
Wow.
Yeah, Gavin Newsom, and Gavin Newsom only had about 15.
Jeez.
She was definitely leading the charge on that.
Wow.
Pity they didn't go anywhere.
Oh
and
man,
people, and people wonder why I drink.
Shoot.
Oh, we all have our reasons.
Oh yeah. And we're all currently drinking right now, so
yeah. I wonder why.
Yeah, right. Right. Well shit, I guess let's I don't know what happened to my screen. Hold on. I gotta get my screen back up here.
Oh shit. He didn't pay his cable bill either.
Thankfully, I don't even have cable, just internet, which we can get into that later, but I've recently had troubles with my internet. I don't know if you saw the last live, but I went in a little bit. Number of women in the UK who have lost a baby as a result of doubles in just 7 days. The reason why we want to go into this is because nobody's fucking talking about it, plain and simple.
Yeah, but is that because of COVID specifically, or is that because Britain's NHS really kind of sucks?
Well, there's a study in the United States where women are having miscarriages and stillbirths, so we can compare and contrast. But we'll read a little bit of this. We'll read a little bit of the little study. So basically, let's see where we can start out here. So basically, it says that it saddens us to have to report that as a result of receiving a dose of either the Pfizer or the AstraZeneca jabs, a total of 20 women have now had to suffer the grief of having a miscarriage and losing their unborn child. The adverse reaction to both jabs reported to the MHRA Yellow Card scheme up to the 21st of February, which we can go to the UK government website showing this. So just for people to see, this is gov.uk. This is on their report. Essentially says that the yellow card data now shows that the Oxford jab has caused 4 women to lose their children, as an increase of 1%. An increase of 1 on the previous week's data. However, the Pfizer has now caused, as of February 21st, a total of 16 miscarriages. And it says here, as of 14th February, there have been 8.3 million doses. Basically saying that the jab lagged behind 1.4 million. It's just 6.9 million doses administered. But fast forward to the 21st of February, a further 1.1 million were administered, and then 1.5 on the Oxford or the AstraZeneca. However, the number of adverse reactions is nearly doubled than what has been reported, with 157,000 plus adverse reactions to the AstraZeneca jab compared with 85,000 to the Pfizer. So those numbers they're about on par with the numbers of cases per or the numbers of deaths per cases. Do you notice that? I think the number of adverse reactions. So you've got basically 157,000 out of, what does it say, 1.4 plus another 1.5. So we'll say 3 million. So 157,000 out of 3 million versus, for instance, in Indonesia, 300 million. How many cases was it? No, 67 million cases and 100 and something deaths, which was like a 99.8% survival rate. So I think what I find interesting here in regards to, this is just me putting 2 and 2 together here. What I find interesting in regards to the adverse reactions to vaccine ratio seems to be similarly oddly as low as the deaths per positive case numbers. You see what I'm saying?
Well, 0.05%.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fucking me. You've almost got an equal chance of getting struck by fucking lightning.
Yeah.
What? So why are you flipping out over this? That would be my question.
And even a smaller percentage had these adverse effects. Now we can go into this other article here. Basically, this is the worldwide vaccine adverse events reporting system that said these 34 cases in the United States. But again,
How many million people?
have gotten it.
Please.
But again,
there's always going to be an adverse reaction. You're putting a foreign substance into somebody's body. Not everybody's going to react to it the same way.
Right. And here's the thing too with the low numbers. Like, we're dealing with, not even a full 1% of in a lot of cases. Like some of in certain states, I think we've seen 3 or 4% of people have gotten sick or something like that. We've actually gotten it tested positive in most I guess you would call it states or whatever. Like all the numbers are so small, but yet it's being touted as so,
horrific
and detrimental to the world.
Yeah.
Like everywhere you look, like the more we do these fucking these articles on this vaccine stuff, like the more I'm just like, holy shit, none of these numbers are really that big in comparison to.
And I'm hearing that all over the place, even from physicians that are saying the numbers aren't matching with the hysteria.
They're not. And it makes you ask yourself why. But look what's coming out of it as well. Look at all the freedoms that are lost and won't be coming back more than likely.
That's why I'm having such a problem having an issue with the people who started to call this a plandemic.
Oh yeah, you said you're having an issue with that?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
I'm having a hard time having an issue with it.
Oh, for sure.
Because the more they hype this up as to how nasty it is, and you run the numbers for yourself, it's like this is bullshit. More people are dying in traffic accidents than this. Why are we flipping out?
Heart disease and cancer and
and strokes and
diabetes and shit like that.
Yeah. Well, fuck, the news reporting's enough to give you a fucking stroke.
Exactly. And everybody's in this constant state of fear, this constant fight or flight mode on your body, and that's not doing you any good either. All you got to do is go out in public, and then everybody's heart rates are up, and everybody's don't want to touch you, don't want to bump into you. I think now people aren't as bad where I'm at because I'm in the country, and people around here really just frankly don't give a fuck. But if I go to the city, it's a different story. It's a different story.
Well, I'm fortunate that this is actually because I live in a smaller city, and they're not. I think that people, for the most part, they're wearing the masks because most of the businesses around here have a sign posted that if you don't wear a mask, you're not going to get served. Well, they got to get their groceries, so
right.
They got to go along to get along kind of thing. But I think that most people probably just are real. They don't care. They just don't give a shit. They're over it.
Oh, especially now, yeah. I'm seeing more people now not wearing masks than I did 5 months ago.
I live in a big city, and a lot of people are still wearing these masks because for the same reason is that these businesses are saying you got to wear these masks. I remember it's not even just a mask either. I remember I think I already shared the story on here about how a few weeks ago I was in Staples and I was picking something up for the job that I was working at the time, and the lady in front of me was she's about 6 feet. You know those little stickers on the ground. The lady was about 6 feet away from me at the register. And the employee at the register was like, "Hey, sir, can you just back up and make sure you're right there on the sticker?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. The sticker's like literally right there." I'm like, "Sure, whatever." And then the lady that was at the register that was being served by the employee, she turns around and it's like, "Yeah, we've only been doing this for a year. You should already know to be right there on the stickers and be 6 feet away." But I'm like, thinking to myself, like, I could really rebuttal right now and hit you with some facts. But I'll let you win this one. Like whatever, lady. Like just whatever. Like because I remember a year ago when we came in, when this whole lockdown bullshit happened, right? I would walk into stores without a mask because it wasn't mandated at the time. I would walk into grocery stores without a mask, and people would be looking at me like I'm fucking insane, man. And then just a couple months later, it was like mandated that everybody has to wear a mask. Everybody has to do this. Like I cannot tell you how much I would love to be in Texas. right now, to live in Texas or Mississippi right now, and just be able to just walk around and not have a fucking mask on, just be able to continue with life as it is.
This makes me think of a meme I posted not too very long ago, in fact, from Razor Fist. He posted, "So what are you wearing for the 1-year anniversary of 14 days to flatten the curve?"
Yeah. Just
I remember when that was the thing.
Curve and
oh man, we've come so far from that, haven't we? Damn.
Have we,
not come so far, but you know what I mean. It's been so long since like
we went so far straight downhill.
Yeah.
We went from 14 days to flatten the curve to we might have everybody vaccinated by the end of what was it, May or June? It's like, God,
no,
damn.
not that. They're going to have 300+ million vaccinations available.
That doesn't mean everybody's going to take them.
Yeah,
Fuck
and
no.
From what I've seen, they're not making anybody take them yet. They're just saying that what they're doing. They're just pushing you out of society if you don't take it. They're saying, "Oh, you won't be able to do this. You won't be able to do that. You need a immunity passport. You need this and that." They're not saying need to.
Keep in mind the words of wisdom from our queen. They can't cancel us if we don't let them.
I mean, that's true.
It's true. It's true. But I mean, again, some people look. I stick by what she said. But there's some people that they get canceled. They don't recover. There's a lot of people out there. They do not recover from. Like I was watching one of the YouTubers that I followed for quite some time, and then she got canceled like 2 years ago, like from her actual job. Like her actual like corporate job fired her because she came out and spoke out against BLM, and she's black. That's the funny thing about it, or at least half black, but still black. And came out, spoke out against BLM, and boom, her corporate job done, over with. And I was like, holy fuck! Like they're really serious about this shit. Like they consider everything that they don't believe in as hate. And there's a difference between disagreements. There's a difference between difference of opinion and hate. Most definitely.
And that's the thing that I can't figure out, especially when it comes to BLM. It's like, no, as far as watching what that organization does, I will say, look, I agree with the concept, but not the organization. Because the organization, they're taking in millions of dollars, but what are they contributing back to the black community? Nothing.
None.
You know, you let a black kid get shot by a white cop, they go fucking ballistic. But in Chicago last weekend, 40 black kids got killed by other black people. They don't say shit.
Not one word.
They've said that they're not concerned with black on black violence.
Exactly.
You want to know why?
So then how exactly do Black Lives Matter?
You want to know why? Because they're run by black lesbians.
Shout out to Justin.
Radical black lesbians. that's why they don't care about other black people.
Fine.
That's exactly
I'm a lesbian trapped in a man's body. That's fine, but shit. I mean,
let's not forget the video I posted where the founder herself saying we're trained Marxists. You know, we have a fucking agenda.
Well, so does everybody.
Right.
My agenda just happens to match perfectly with the Constitution. Funny that.
And their agenda seems to perfectly match with these different groups that want to pander to people and just make money off of people's lives and shit like that. Like that's what, to me, that BLM is no different than any of these other groups that people want to say are quote unquote hate and shit like that. Like it really is, to me, BLM is one of the bigger and larger hate groups, I think. And look, I'm not saying everybody that quote unquote supports BLM supports hate, but in a way they don't know what they're supporting. Like that, like I don't understand. Like I've tried explaining that to somebody before, and they seemed like they got kind of like defensive about it. So I was just like, all right, fine. Like you can't be helped. Like I'm not gonna stand here and try and help you, not believe in what BLM is or whatever. But like, look, if you can't fucking comprehend how evil BLM is as an organization, I can't fucking help you.
I think it's really fascinating. Something that Gina Carano said in her interview with Ben Shapiro, if you haven't seen it, but Lucasfilm sent some social media person over to her house to sit down and talk with her about it. And this social media person told her, it's like, this is a very emotional issue, and you're trying to combat an emotional issue with facts and logic, and it doesn't work that way. And I think that's the crux of the problem.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yeah. So they're not trying to cancel anything but facts and logic.
Of course. Because again, facts and logic strengthen countries. Facts and logic keep the playing field even, actually, which is ironic because they're doing all this shit in the name of equality, yet simultaneously making us less and less equal than we've ever been.
Now they're feeding the divide.
Absolutely.
And I think it's absolutely, I think it's absolutely unconscionable that they want to go out there as these like woke fucking white people and tell black folk, well, you can't do this without the government helping you. How fucking racist is that?
Yep. Or saying that because you're black, you have to you can't do this because you're like you can't come out against this person because you're black, or you can't disagree with this certain.
If you have any trouble figuring out who you're going to vote for between me and Donald Trump, then you ain't black.
Yeah.
He's not racist. The other guy was.
Oh, fuck yeah. I don't have a racist bone in my body.
As I sip my Kool-Aid. Joseph
Charlemagne, would you like some of this Kool-Aid as well? Angelique, would you like some of this Kool-Aid as well? Envy?
Hey,
we got gallons of it. Everybody take a sip.
I got two really important questions. One, Joe Biden, where the fuck is the State of the Union address? And two, why the fuck can't we answer? Why the fuck can't you answer any questions? Why is it every time there's a Q&A session coming up, they cut your live feed, bro?
I think both of those questions could be answered with a photograph of a trash dumpster on fire.
Yeah, pretty much. Where I just want to know where the State of the Union is. Typically, there's one by now, right?
I think I flushed it an hour ago.
Oh, but remember, we can't make any more Sleepy Joe jokes because he's now referred to, as of this morning with the news of the stimmies coming, he's now referred to as Moneybag Joe.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you know why he can't make any public statements is because he hasn't spit China's dick out of his mouth yet.
That, and apparently he can't remember the names of anybody he appoints to positions either.
Yeah. I don't think he remembers his fucking name. Jesus Christ, how did this guy get fucking elected?
Oh man, there's a lot of questions that aren't going to have any fucking answers. That we could definitely be asking. Oh my gosh, old sleepyhead, I tell you.
Joe Hayden.
Joe Hayden.
Don't worry. We'll look, like we've said on this cast. He's fixing to get swapped out with Mama Kamala.
Oh yeah, Auntie Kamala, right?
Out. We called it. When did we call this? October. We say, what do we call it? It's on record on one of the fucking live streams we did between like September and November.
Talk about going from bad to worse.
Right.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's gonna be prepare for the nightmare. But they're preparing us for it though. It's okay.
Well,
they're right now. They're just throwing on the lube. Now it's coming. It's coming later this year.
We do still have hope because there's a midterm election in 2022. All we got to do is flip one of the two chambers. If we flip one of the two, We flip one of the two chambers, their agenda's dead.
That's true.
That's going to be a tough one, though.
Yeah,
Depends. He's losing support. Joe Biden's losing support even in the Democratic Party.
Not doing anything about it.
But so did Trump. You know, in a way, to some conservatives as well. You know, so this is going to be tough.
Here's the thing that people don't want to realize. The Democratic Party, in doing the things that they've been doing over the last couple decades, they created Donald Trump. They did everything they could to make him president before he even ran. Just by being fucking idiots. And I really believe that the further they lean to the left, people are going to start waking up, going, "What the fuck is this? I don't want no part of that bullshit."
But by the time everybody does realize it, we're all going to be fucked.
Yeah, I was going to say it'd be too late in my opinion.
It's going to be way too late by the time everyone on the left realizes, like, oh shit, we just canceled ourselves in a way. You know, like oh shit, we just fucked ourselves. And now it's too late. Now it's too late because all these different laws are being changed and all this other bullshit.
Despite everything else I've already said, I would like to remain an optimist on that maybe the 2022 election will turn us around, at least get us back to a level playing field.
Fair. Yeah.
You know, that's what I'd like to see. If we don't,
can you trust the Republican Party anymore?
Probably not.
That's another question.
That's like the old joke. How do you tell when a politician's lying? His lips are moving.
If he's talking. Right. Can you trust the government in general anymore? Let's get to it. Could you have ever trusted them?
What we need to do at the end of the day, I think we need to strip them of all the bullshit and get them back to what powers they were supposed to have had under the Constitution, which was very limited.
Exactly. And
it's like the same thing comes back with these mask mandates, this vaccine stuff. You don't have the power under the United States Constitution to mandate jack fucking shit to the American people. That's why I'm the first one to say fuck you and Obamacare, because you can't mandate that to me. You can't. You don't have that authority.
Yep.
But nobody's done otherwise, and they said we're doing this shit anyway.
Yeah, sadly, we can't count on the fucking Supreme Court either.
Yeah, not only are nobody doing anything about it, people love it and want more of it.
Well, I hope their chains set lightly upon them.
Yep.
Right.
Because that's all we're saying is, hey, handcuff us. The one thing that we keep talking about, slavery, we need quote unquote reparations and all this other bullshit from 300, 400 years ago or 200 years ago, whatever the fuck. Like we're crying for reparations, all this other bullshit, but yet we don't know what we're doing to ourselves, period. Whether you're black, white, Hispanic, it don't matter. Human, as society, especially here in America, we are crying for slavery again. And to me, it's so fucking, it's crazy. It's crazy. Sad. Because at the end, I still think about it. I'm like, dude, there's no fucking way. I'm a fucking idiot. There's no way I can figure this shit out and no one else can. That's my only thing. I'm just like, how am I seeing this bullshit and no one else is? Like, I'm not saying no one else, but you know what I mean? Like the vast majority don't see this bullshit going on.
Because
they don't see this shit. They're panicking.
They've been thoroughly indoctrinated by the public education system.
Yeah. Especially these fucking colleges. Dude, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised at how much, dude, you know how many professors I had to deal with just a year, 2 years ago when I was in college at this point? Just the stupid brainwashed fucking professors that they make these side comments at Trump like it's nothing. And I'm like, again, I'm not a Trump supporter or anything, but at the same time, like he did some things right. Like he kind of showed us, look, and he also slowed down this whole process of them trying to brainwash us as a mass collective. As a collective. Like,
you do have to give him props that he actually tried to deliver on the promises he made during his campaign.
Oh, yeah. Yes. You can say that. Yeah.
He made more of an effort than anybody else has.
For sure. In our lifetimes, for damn sure.
Yeah, I've never voted a day in my life, but I would have voted for Trump. I mean, I don't think that's a secret.
I will say that during my military service, I am goddamn proud I served under Reagan.
Yeah, I'm not too much on the Reagan train, but fair.
If you're degrees of shit.
Yeah, true. And we're playing in the sandbox of
even Steven.
It's not a sandbox, it's a litter box, and it's been overused. It's time to scoop this motherfucker. Can somebody get on that?
I'm gonna use that. If we're playing in this shitty litter box, I'm gonna use that because I use that analogy a lot. So the litter box, that's a level up. Thanks. If you don't mind.
Hey, I brought something to the podcast. What the fuck?
I'm definitely using that shit. But yeah. I was gonna say I've seen a resurgence of like Reagan T-shirts recently, which I found like not surprising, I guess you could say, but I found it interesting. I was like, wow, I've seen a lot of like I've never seen anybody like even wear a retro political, campaign.
I just posted a Reagan-esque meme.
Did you?
Yep.
Oh, was that the one that we liked earlier? Oh no, I think I saw it on your Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Joe Biden. We're coming to help, and then Reagan saying the most frightening words in the English language. I'm from the government, and I'm here to help. Yep.
And that's all facts.
Yeah.
All facts. Man.
It's like you fuckers can't even wipe your butts without help. You're gonna fucking tell me how to live? Piss off.
Oh man.
Oh, there's that victim.
Uh-oh. That victim's done.
That's right. There's more in the fridge.
Later. Wipes hands. Man, any final words from anybody? Corn, you got anything you want to say before we close it up? And I'll go to you, Warthog, after that.
No, man. Just be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of what's going on out here in society, man. Because everything that's going on in the world, especially now during this time of the year, everybody's. I mean, yes, we're getting stimulus checks, cool, but just be aware. We still don't know what's going to come with that. It's again, I used an analogy a few episodes ago about how it all started. You go back to some of those early 2000s movies about the hood, about the real hoods here in America, like about where you got these 12-year-old, 14-year-old kids that their mom, they have a single parent in the home and their mom's struggling. Then you got the dope dealer that comes and says, "Hey, I see your mom's struggling. Here's a few $1,000s. Go pay the bills for your parents or for your mom or whatever." Mm-hmm. Then they come back 2 weeks later and say, "Hey, I just gave you some money. Now come help me out. You better come help me out because I helped you out. So now you owe me." And then that's how the whole fucking game starts. And now we're starting to see that with the government, where it's like, again, I'm not saying that the government's making us do this shit because they're giving us stimulus checks, but at the same time, it's sketchy. It's sketchy the fact the government's saying, "Hey, look." Like I understand, like people are out of work where we're dealing with stuff. Hell, the stimulus check's going to help me out too. With me getting, but at the same time, I didn't ask for it. I don't want it. So just again, guys, be aware. I'm not here to change anybody's minds about the stimulus checks and stuff like that, but I know that's really big news for a lot of people right now. It's going to help a lot of people out, including myself. But at the same time, just be aware of what comes with that. Be aware of what the government is doing, because it's been proven that they make us focus on quote unquote race issues, and then we're too busy focusing on that nobody's paying attention to what Congress is doing with these laws that they're passing. Now that Biden's under administration, he's passing bills left and right, and nobody's batting an eye. So again, pay attention, guys, because a lot of shit's going to be coming our way. If we're not paying attention, you don't want to be one of those people that show up at an institution. No pun intended. But you don't want to show up at an institution and laws have changed, rules have changed, and then you find out you can't do something because a certain law is passed. You can't get something. You no longer have access to certain things because a certain law has passed. So make sure you guys are paying attention to what's going on. Not just don't be watching CNN and Fox and all this other bullshit. Do your own research. Go to these legit sites, these government websites, and figure out what are the real statistics. What's really fucking going on.
Yep. 100%.
Absolutely. You definitely do your own research. Find this stuff out for yourself. It can be found out. But and I would go so far as to say if you are so inclined to do so, get a gun, get a concealed permit, carry.
Absolutely.
Because you know there are Supreme Court precedents that say the cops aren't here to protect you. They're here to draw the chalk outline around your fucking body. Well, make sure it's the other guy's fucking body.
Right.
You know, but definitely start thinking for yourselves. Stop buying the bullshit that the fucking mainstream media wants to put on you.
Yep.
100%. Protecting pockets and serving subpoenas.
Yeah.
That's what they're protecting and serving. Because it's not you or I at the end of the day. Now people will argue, oh, but you know, they come if your house is on fire, etc. So yes, they do, but at the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, but there's a big difference between the fire department and the police department too.
Right. We could get into the distinction between police and sheriffs and all this and that based on, you know, cities versus counties. Anyway. Yeah, man. I don't really have anything else to add. You guys pretty much fucking killed it. Like, you know, do your own fucking research, come to your own conclusions, and you know, keep watching the comrades and go to Warthog Institute's channel. Thank you again for coming on, bro. I really appreciate it. Like
anytime.
Warthog touches on everything, guys. He touches on like the weather, dude. Let me tell you something. Whenever I want to hear about the weather that's going on anywhere in the United States, I want to hear about what's going on in Michigan, just so I can hear Warthog talk. Because you're somebody, when you talk, people listen, man. I love watching your shit, man.
I just did my spring severe weather preparedness post too. That's
now, are you into space
number 46? Do what?
Are you into space weather or anything like that?
A little bit. I keep a track on it, but I don't really. Unfortunately, there's a little bit too much ambient light in most of the places I wind up working. So even if there's a nice event like the Aurora Borealis, I don't get to see it.
I see.
Because it's not dark. It's not dark enough. It's too much light pollution. But I love that kind of stuff. Though I could sit and watch that all night long. And I have seen it. I lived in a place for a little while. It was north of Lansing, and there was a display of the Aurora. It was breathtaking.
Oh yeah,
I
like to catch. Is it
like back when I was in the Navy, we got one of the ships that I was on. We got down in the Indian Ocean, south of the equator, and man, when you're 1,000 miles out to sea and it's nighttime, man, that view of the night sky, that will take your breath away. There's no way to describe that.
Wow, I can only absolutely zero light pollution. Oh man, I can only imagine.
You can't imagine it. That's the thing. It's because I've been watching the night sky all my life. I've always been a huge fan of the space program and things of that nature, which led me into sci-fi. Okay. And it was just it's astounding. It really is. You can't describe it to people. You have to go see it for yourself. It's just it blows your mind. So beautiful.
Epic.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I recommend. Like that's why we've got, you know, space background. Like I'm clearly a lover of space and night sky and things like that too. And so, as a reminder to everybody listening, make sure you get away from the light pollution and just sit up and look at the stars one time and think about something for me.
There are places in the United States.
Yes, you know what I mean?
There are places in the United States that are designated as I think they call them clear sky zones. And it's places that they have no light pollution whatsoever.
Oh, cool.
Where you can see the night sky, and it's just check it out, man. It will change your life if you don't walk away from that feeling really fucking small.
Oh, right, yeah.
You know, and it makes you realize the arrogance of the human race. If you can look up into all that and really believe we are the only intelligent life and all that, there's something wrong with your fucking head.
Right. Yeah, that's true shit. Make sure you go look at the fucking night sky, everybody.
Yeah.
Every once in a while.
Appreciate it.
Remind yourself that you're a human, not a fucking, you know.
You're not a number. You're a human.
Not a number.
Iron Maiden said it best.
Yep.
I'm not a number. I'm a free man.
Damn right. Damn right. And with that being said, this has been the Contemporary Comrades podcast. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Warthog Institute, for coming through. Go check out all his shit down in the description below. Go check out Half-Ass Pod. Corn's doing great shit over there. He's close to 250 subscribers. We just hit 100 subscribers tonight during the show, so thank you to everybody who subscribed to us. Now y'all need to go subscribe to Warthog, and learn something and enjoy something while you're over there too. And by the way, it's not for the offended. Neither is this show, but he's got all the disclaimers that you need.
If you're easily offended, do not click on my link.
Don't go to his channel if you're offended. Put it that way.
Remember, I was in the Navy. What you call F-bomb, I call a punctuation mark. So
there you go. Oh man. With that being said, it's the Contemporary Comrades. We're going to jam out to some Incendiary, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Sorry, my internet went out.
All good.
Pay the bill, Corn.
There's a war coming from like those who spit up fate. Tired, hungry masses, sick of empty dinner plates. There's a war coming from like those with a bitter taste. Yeah, yeah. No more falling blind. No more. Know your place, throw it to sea. A world that's right to take. Stop the Bastille, wind up the draft. He start rebounding, taking it now for rest. When our breaths are blind and our nose is turned, so this place rise up to take what we never earned.
Damn, I like that breakdown though.
Yeah.
That fucking drummer's about on point too.
Yeah.
This shit goes. Shout out to Elise. She said good show tonight. Appreciate you, Elise.
Thank you.
This is nice. Who is this?
All right. This is Incendiary, called Front Towards Enemy.
Pretty freely on the M81 Claymore mine.
Oh yeah. We'll let this last section roll out.
You know, I just saw somebody did one of those fucking face masks that said "Front Toward Enemy."
Oh really?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. All right, everybody. Peace. Thanks for rocking with us.